What is going on, YouTube? So in this video, as I mentioned in the previous one, this is kind of my reaction to stuff and a little bit of a backstory as to when my wife and I were in the process of telling our respective family members about our pregnancy. And this one here is the one where we told her parents. Enjoy. Video of whenever we told my in-laws, so my wife's parents and her two brothers. So a little bit of a backstory. The little baby that they're holding is our nephew. He was coming up to about a week old at this point. So Annie and I had been down there for a couple of days seeing him. Her mom had been down there for a couple of days before he was born and just kind of riding it through with her sister and brother-in-law, just kind of giving them a little bit of help. And then her dad and two brothers came down that day. So this was the first time that her dad and two brothers had seen our nephew. And so we kind of used him a little bit, especially because like right now they're just under the full impression that they were taking a family photo. So.
Looking right at the camera. Something right over here. Right at the light. Get some smiles.
Okay.
Some smiles.
So fancy.
You want to unwrap him? Maybe
Is he wearing his cute one?
Yeah, he's ready to turn around towards you guys. You did it with something different, huh? Yep, sure did.
So a little bit more into this. We had gotten him a onesie that I'll put kind of on the screen here in just a second. Was a kind of a neat idea that Annie had seen on Etsy and stuff. But so somewhat of a funniest story is kind of before we set all this up here, her sister and Annie were with him upstairs, changing him into this onesie, like right after he had just spit up and everything like that. So while they're getting him changed into this onesie, her mom starts to make her way up the stairs, and she's like, do you girls need any help or anything like that? And of course, them not wanting her to see it, they're like, no, like get out of here. So she kind of came downstairs a little bit frustrated. She was like, I just went up there to help. And they were just yelling at me to get out. But obviously, it was mainly because we didn't want her to see the outfit that they were putting him in.
Just a grandpa one?
Check it out. I may be little, but I'm going to be a big cousin. Yeah.
What?
Do you know for sure? What did you say? 5 weeks ago. What?
Her mom's reaction still gets me. She's like, what?
5 weeks ago? Yeah.
That's the hardest secret she's ever had to keep.
What did you tell you? It's the first secret she's ever kept. We're gonna have a cousin. And my due date is on Emily's birthday. March 24th? Yeah. Really?
Well, that won't happen because you were on my birthday and it didn't happen.
So, some back stuff here. So yeah, as her dad mentioned, my wife was supposed to be due on his birthday. She ended up coming a couple of days later. So that's why he was like, well, you were supposed to be born on my birthday, and that's why this is not going to happen. Interestingly enough, kind of as we have progressed through the pregnancy with our boy, they've kind of changed his due date, which, happens as baby continues to grow and things progress, sometimes a little bit faster, a little bit slower than other things, what have you. So they had changed his due date to the 22nd of March, which now has been moved to possibly the 1st of March, mainly just because Annie has been having a little bit of trouble with her blood pressure and everything. So they've been kind of really keeping an eye on that and just kind of figuring out when is the most safe and most appropriate time to deliver him, obviously with his health and with mom's health and conscious hindsight there. So a little bit too as to why her mom, I mean, obviously she's a little bit in shock here, just finding out that she's going to have a second grandkid. But I think a lot of the reason why she was, asking about the sureness and stuff is, unfortunately, Annie and I have had to deal with our couple shares of a miscarriage, and so a big reason as to why we waited as long as we did to announce it to my parents and to her parents um, was kind of built around that a little bit, just because um, I don't know if anyone that's watching this has unfortunately had to go through that process, but it's not fun, and it's conversations that you never want to have with somebody after you've told them this great news that you're expecting someone. And I know a lot of people sometimes, right after they find out that they're pregnant, with like an in-home test or going and having an ultrasound done in the very, very early stages of things, they obviously want to tell people because you're very, very excited, and this child that you've been praying for and trying to work towards having is seemingly in the process of becoming just that. And sometimes it's a case of it being a false at home test, or just in the progression of pregnancy things don't work out the way that mom and dad and baby have planned, unfortunately. So for anyone out there that's been through that, struggled with that, know our hearts are with you. Know that you know God does everything for a reason, and His timing of everything is just. And that's something that Annie and I have really had to kind of hone in on and really focus in on um, throughout these past couple of years. We've been trying to get pregnant and have children and everything. So, and it was also why, like I said, we waited. As you can hear, Annie sobbing in the background, which I was beyond shocked she was able to keep it a secret from her parents as long as she was. Because as her mom mentioned, she never keeps anything from them. Understandably so, it is her parents, but she never keeps anything from them. So I was very shocked and very proud that Annie was able to not say anything for that kind of 5 week period to when we did this announcement with them, just because I know it was killing her up and down every single time she talked with her mom or went and saw her mom, and especially the weekend that we were there with her sister and brother-in-law and their kid. Just every single time baby's around, obviously conversations come up, and Annie did a really good job of not saying, "Hey, yeah, we've got one on the way too." So again, like I said, I appreciate anybody that's watching this. We're moving on through now. Hopefully, have our boy here in a few weeks. Just kind of update things through there. I've got another video of where we told my parents, and another video where we told kind of my family and everything right before we put stuff on social media and stuff. So be sure to check those out if you're interested. Please feel free to subscribe, like the video, kind of have a couple more fun stuff coming in the works. Thanks.